morning. I'm not sure exactly what went on, but something happened to my face last night. Can you see it? If you've watched my videos this year, you know that I've been like a 4 a.m. kind of girl this entire year, but for the first time, my jet lag has hit me differently, opposite. I can't fall asleep at night and I sleep in. It's actually kind of nice. It's like 7 a.m. Let me show you. What? I still do the Ayurveda morning routine. I know I'm like way too late, but for the first time I'm using oat milk in my coffee and I get the hype. Like, that is good. Probably some of the best coffee I've ever had. So delish. Also about this, because we're making an Ayurveda soup later that we need it for. Really gotta remember to take off my makeup at night. I've been doing like gratitude lists for a long time, but I bought a gratitude journal for like specifically just 3 things that I'm really grateful for. And it could be small things like the coffee, but it could also be bigger things. I started doing my morning sprints again. That's something I did for over a year, and I started during quarantine when I was going through some stuff and I really needed to like push my mind and my body to get stronger and more resilient. And every time I feel vulnerable, I just think it's so important that we set ourselves up for success, that we make sure that we gain that strength, which we gain from doing something that's so uncomfortable. We overcome it and we push our body and prove to ourselves that we are capable of those challenging things, and that anything else that comes our way in life is just gonna seem and be so much more easy. And I really make sure during this time to create habits for myself that make me feel good, that make me feel stronger. And so yeah, so a 10-minute morning sprint every morning where it just feels freaking uncomfortable. Let's do it. I go a little bit on an incline and then I stay at a pretty steady time the entire run. I am dying at the end of it. And then it's just 10 minutes straight of pure torture. And I tell myself, I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable. Okay, no more talking. I should probably get started. I completely forgot that because I was doing the time lapse over there on my phone, I couldn't listen to music. But then what I do is I just like either count my breathing, I count my step. So I say those things like I'm unstoppable, like I really hype myself up. And I think that's kind of good to do without music or anything other, because I really have to focus on like overcoming the voices in my head that told me that I want to stop. I just do my morning sprint and then I start working, creating my small videos, and then later in the day, in the afternoon, I do my weight training. And then this week I've been doing dancing every day because I know that's something that makes me feel really good as well. Focusing on what makes me feel good when I'm going through things, and it really is making me feel good. And I think we always have a choice when we're going through something. We can feel sorry for ourselves, or we can really commit and dig deep into what is gonna make me feel good in this very moment. And when we figure that out, we can still feel good even though we're going through things. I really make sure to ask myself and ask, like, what is this here to teach me? Like, what can I learn? What can I get from this situation? And I know you still don't know what it is, but let me just cool down. I'm gonna make some TikToks and then we're gonna sit down and chat. The sun is shining, always appreciate the sun when it's shining. So bright. Before I get into this, I just want to make sure that you know that what I'm going through may feel like a struggle for me, but it is nothing compared to what some of the people around the world are going through right now. My purpose with filming and sharing this is really just to share how I overcome when I go through small challenges, big challenges, anything that comes my way throughout life. So I do not need anyone to feel sorry for me. It's really just to share a few tools and perspectives that maybe could be new to you for when you go through a challenge in your life. But sorry, first I'm kind of starving, so let me just make this breakfast that I've been making every single morning since I came back. Even though it doesn't look like it in this meal, my nutrition has actually changed quite a lot since coming back from the Ayurveda retreat, or at least my approach towards it and the kinds of meals, the amount of fat that I'm taking in. But I think I want to go into details on that in a different video.
Yum yums.
So it's kind of challenging to share this, I think, because usually I like to overcome a challenge and then share it with people. On the other side of something, you have a better perspective, and I feel like I have more to give when I've overcome it, because I'll have seen and felt and experienced what the lesson and the learning curve was. But I want to be completely authentic. That's like my main thing on my channel. That's something that became very clear to me while I was in Sri Lanka, and I know that people all over the world are dealing with challenges and struggles every single day. So I feel like maybe sharing the way that I take care of myself while I'm going through challenges could maybe help someone else out there to make their day a little bit better. And I'm so committed to... I didn't think I was gonna cry. I'm so committed to helping other people with their life. And it kind of helps me get through it a little bit easier too when I focus on like serving others. I feel like that's like the best gift in the world, having to help someone else. So if this could help just one person out there, then it's definitely going to be worth it. And just to be clear, I asked Brock before filming this if it was okay I shared a little bit, and he said that of course it was. So that's really nice. But we've decided to take a little break and spend some time apart. We are so loving towards each other and just like respect each other so much, but for a while, I need to stop crying. But for a long time we've been working through some stuff in our relationship, at least giving our all tried with therapy and having long conversations, but we need this time apart to figure out what we really want, because it feels like maybe it's our values that aren't aligned. And that's one thing that I think is really challenging to overcome in a relationship. If it's just like the daily small things, it's different, but it feels like it's bigger than that. So that's why I am in my friend Alessandra's apartment here in LA and really working on doing a lot of things that are good for me, which are some of the things that I want to share in this video to hopefully, if you're having some issues or struggling with something right now, these things actually do make me so happy on a daily basis. And maybe that could inspire you to, if you're feeling low, to also get moving into doing the things that really bring you joy. And I've allowed myself a lot of cries and let myself experience the pain, feel the pain. But then at one point you're ready to like move on. You want to use that pain and turn it into strength. The other times in my life when I've been going through struggles, the most important thing has been reminding myself that every time I've gone through something, it's really made me stronger. And so I use the pain that I'm experiencing and turn it into something that is powerful and meaningful in my life, and turn it into something so that I can gain strength from it, because every time I've gone through a struggle, I really have gotten so much stronger. None of the things that I've gone through in my life, anything that has been challenging, I've never wanted to not have had that experience, because it really has made me so much stronger and a better human on the other side of it. But I think that we do have to take charge when we are in those situations to turn it into something positive. And I think that's one of my best strengths, is to be able to do that. I always allow myself to feel the pain, But then at one point I want to turn it around. I want to use it and ask, like, why is this here? What is it here to help me with, and to realize. And Brock and I haven't decided on anything. We're just right now like taking it day by day, feeling deep within and taking things as they come. He's an incredible human, like he really is. And that's why it also is so hard, because when you have thought that something was meant to be, it was supposed to be a forever thing, your whole world kind of does everything that you had thought just suddenly maybe not gonna happen anyway. And when we're uncertain, when we're in the unknown, that's super, super scary, right? But sometimes that can lead for the better, whether that is that we grow back together and we become stronger and we figure it all out and that makes us stronger, or it is that I have to move on and this new life that I have no idea what it's gonna look like, it's gonna happen, and that could be better than I had ever thought and experienced. And so if you're in some part of your life where you're like in the unknown, something just happened that is really sad or painful for you, we just have to remind ourselves, because I'm sure that you've had some time in your life where you've experienced some sort of pain. You had no idea what that pain actually was going to lead to, what miracles actually happened from you going through that challenging experience, right? Like, think of a time where that happened. And that's what really helps me as well, thinking of those times where every time I've gone through a challenge, it's really just led me to something greater. And even though I don't know what that is right now, all I can do is focus on every single day setting myself up to feel good. And that is my morning ritual. I'm still doing the Ayurveda morning ritual that I got because it just serves me. It makes me feel good. And I don't feel like it when I wake up. That's not necessarily the first thing I want to be doing. But afterwards, I feel so good. I do a ton of journaling and really ask myself, what do I want? What feels right? And just like excite myself for the day. I do my morning sprint because it's freaking uncomfortable. I already kind of explained that. And then I make sure to go to dance class because I know that makes me feel good. I focus on the work that really makes me feel good. The last year I've been super, super stressed and just trying to get so much done in one day, where now it's more like, no, give myself space and get the work done that makes me feel good, that brings out the creativity, because I love being creative. Like, I love making reels and TikToks, and I want to continue doing those things that make me feel good. And sometimes quality is also better than quantity, and I have a tendency to do quantity, where what makes me feel good is when I focus on like one thing at a time instead of like the 100 things that I want to get done in one day. And yeah, just focus on the good things. And I wanted to share that because if you're going through something right now, you really can look inward, search for what are the habits that you need to create to make your daily life good, even though you're going through these struggles, because then we really can't. Like, I've actually felt good since this happened, and that is because of the daily rituals. And then I have times where I'm deeply upset and sad, and then I allow myself to do that, and then when I'm ready, I feel good again. So there is a way to feel good while you're going through challenges. So I hope whatever struggles you're going through right now, if you are, or when you do bump into a challenge, which I think is 100% gonna happen in your lifetime, because that's how we grow, right? It's when we meet a challenge and then when we overcome it, that you hopefully could use something of what I shared, because there is a way to go through pain and still find joy in your daily, day-to-day life if you commit yourself and if you dedicate some time for your well-being and journaling it all out. I'm doing a January reset challenge where it's like with workouts, with a morning routine that's going to be like personalized to specifically what the individual person needs. There's going to be like options and journaling challenge and cookbooks, like all of my favorite recipes, and weekly Q&As with me, and a Facebook group with the community. And I think it's going to be really exciting. So if you are going through a challenge right now and you feel like you want to just fully take charge and learn all of these principles, I'd love to have you in the challenge. Or maybe you want to start today and do it yourself. No one other than you knows what that thing or those things are that bring you joy are. Figure those out and commit to it, because you're not always going to feel like it, but when you don't feel like it is when you could really benefit it from the most. It's dance time.
I'm crying again, but this time it's not for the same reasons. And I just touched my eye. That was a really bad idea. Ah, that hurt. This suit was such a success. Also, this color, I love it.
Thank you so much for watching this video. It would really help me out if you give me a thumbs up and click that subscribe button and take care of yourself. I appreciate you so much.